Yep.
Okay. We are ready to get started, and we'll start with Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Dave. I hope the bye week treated you well. Andy had mentioned during it that he wanted Harrison to take a step back and just kind of reevaluate and get a fresh look on this kicking extra point situation. What's your gauge on it as you kind of enter the second half of the year here?
Yeah, that's exactly what he did, and we're on the same page with that. With Bucker, he had a good week off. You tell a guy to take a rest and get away from it for a while, but not Bucker. He's not going to do it. So he's going to go out there and kick, and he did it. And he came back yesterday, and he was really hitting the ball well, and he really looked good in practice. Hopefully, put another day together today. So so far so good.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach, you added a familiar name with Tommy's brother into the practice squad. What can you tell us about him? What led to that? And then Brad, I'll have a follow-up.
Well, Johnny is, he's a good punter coming out, a few years back. The Raiders drafted him. We liked him coming out, but as a guy, and, he was on the street and he was available. Somebody that can come in. It was a really good idea by Veach to bring a guy in just in case, the COVID thing hits us. It hits one of our guys, that we have a guy that's in the building tested that we can just plug in there and plug and play. So, he's a guy that can come in and punt for us. He can be a holder. If Bucker went down with COVID, if he was out, then we would probably kick with Tommy, and then Johnny would be the holder. So, they're interchangeable parts. One guy can fit a lot, do a lot of things. And that's why we have him here. It's a pretty good idea by Veach.
And Johnny obviously has a little bit more experience at the NFL level and has done holding a little bit longer. Would you ever, with 48-man rosters, would you ever consider, giving a push to have a second guy that, could hold kicks on game day and let Tommy just focus on punting?
We would just work him in practice. He's a practice squad player that we would work in practice just in case. He's an emergency guy, strictly. We would never, I don't think there would be a situation where he would come in, for Tommy unless we needed it, unless we had to have it, but it's a good luxury to have, to have a guy like that you can plug in. And I'll tell you, he's a really good fit too. There's no pressure. Obviously he's going to support his brother. He's going to support Tommy in every way. And, it's a really good situation for us. And I'm not sure there's been brothers at one position like that, at the same position, as a punter, kicker, on the same team. So it's kind of a unique deal as well.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach. Good morning. Mecole Hardman, obviously on the reserve COVID list, but he's also the primary punt returner. If he's not available on Sunday, who would be the next man up? Would you turn to Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, Tyreek, obviously, is a pretty good option for us. We would use that option if we needed it. We have, like I said before, we have other guys. DeMarcus, he can do it. Fenton can play it. We have a number of guys that can do it. Pringle can play. So you never know which way we'd go there, but obviously, Tyreek would be probably a number one option.